So let's talk about that moment that Bono, you're one of the few Franciscan friars who has a real life rock star as a fan, I would think.
I know.
That moment in the book where you talk about God loves things by becoming them.
I'm so glad that struck you. Yeah, he even called me. He said, Richard, you've got to name the book God Loves Things by Becoming Them. And since I've written it, I realize, that line inspires a lot of people. A lot of people. See, let's put it just in different language. If we have the three monotheistic religions, Judaism, Islam, Christianity, we should have been the first ones in line to understand if God created all things, there's one God who created all things, then everything has to carry the divine DNA, and that God carries forth the God self into those beautiful blades of grass. What else are they except they're all children of God? Now, I know to people who haven't thought that way before, and let me make this distinction for the doubters, they will think it's pantheism. I don't know if you've heard that word before. Means God and all things are equal. We're not pantheists. Authentic Christianity is panentheism. God in all things, not God is all things.
Yes, very different.
It's very different, and it's subtle. But I think the whole Orthodox tradition would insist, I'm not saying this grass is God, but that God is revealed through this, especially if and when I love it, I respect it, I look at it, I see it. The most ancient Genesis 1, the first thing that God does is create light. Let there be light. And light isn't something that you actually see, it's that by which you see everything else, you see. So
that's why it had to be first, yes.
Very good.
Yes.
And so the Christ light allows me to see the beauty, the gratuity, the non-necessity. Why? Why is there anything instead of nothing?
Yeah.
And then I
think that's such a great distinction to make, because people get confused. You're saying God is everything. We're not saying the tree is God, or the grass is God, or the sky is God.
No, we're not.
You're saying God is infused above, around, in, and throughout everything.
Perfect. God is revealing the God self through every single creature. It's the way you see that we're all in divine relationship. And we're at home in this universe. We would have never polluted this planet if we would have understood the incarnation.
Absolutely.